Welcome back to Get Alive. From your head to your toes, your inside and your out, everything on the show is designed to help you get the most out of life.
That's right, we are the transformation people. We're here to help you create better in all areas of your life. And tonight to help us do that is Matt from the Workout Zone. Hi Matt.
Craig, how are you?
Thanks for having us in your wonderful establishment.
Welcome.
So is it a PT studio? Is it a commercial gym? Is it a boutique gym? It's beautiful, there's lots of space, there's lots of happy people. What is it?
It's a boutique 24-hour gym.
Right.
It's not commercial, although we cater for everybody. We have PTs here as well.
Yep.
The main focus is on our members. We try to create an environment which is fun and friendly, unlike the other gyms which might have big boys, meatheads, a bit of testosterone
You need a bunch of Craigs.
Nothing wrong with the odd meathead. I mean, but we have our own habitat.
Well, we'd have to reject Craig's membership here. It's a little bit too big and, might intimidate our members.
Anyway, Matt, thanks for letting us play in your gym. We've got a great show coming up tonight. Let's take a look.
In tonight's show, Kathy McKenzie has a close look at the all too common situation of midlife joblessness. Erica shows us a portable fitness routine that uses your own body weight. We'll show you a training program for toddlers that claims to deliver real improvements in kids' school performance. And our very own Craig Harper catches up with one of the world's best bodybuilders.
But first up tonight, we visit a brand new gigantic Whole Foods superstore.
We're here in Melbourne at the newly opened Whole Food Merchants, the first organic superstore of its kind. It's got absolutely everything you need, from skincare to food to lifestyle products. And Jane is the manager here. Jane, what is the Whole Food Merchant?
Whole Food Merchants is a one of a kind, and it's a complete one-stop shop. It has everything to support a sustainable lifestyle.
Great. I see you've got lots of organic products available. What's the benefit of using organic compared to traditional ways of, producing food and products?
So organic means it's completely non-toxic. It's not been sprayed with any chemicals. So the more things you put like that in your body and ingest, the less likely you are to suffer from health complications.
What are some of the health complications that come with, eating processed, chemical, filled foods?
Okay, so many digestive problems are caused through ingesting products like that, which leads to, bowel problems, allergy problems. A lot of allergies are caused from ingesting chemical products.
When I think of organic, I often think of fruits and veggies and juices, but you've got so much more than that here.
So all of our skincare is completely and utterly natural. There's no chemicals, there's no monsters. Even the lipsticks, if you think about when you use lipstick, you ingest so many chemicals, which is so bad for the system. So.
Oh no, I do tend to eat a lot of lipstick in this job.
Yeah, you do. I mean, if you imagine over a lifetime how much lipstick you would eat, that's not a good thing. So our lipsticks, our eyeliners, our everything is completely natural.
So you've got the skincare, you've got the food. I also saw you've got pets and babies.
Absolutely. So even for babies, we've got like your nappies, your foods, or your creams. Creams that you put on your body, you actually ingest. So anything that goes onto your skin actually goes into the bloodstream, which is no good. So anything you buy in here will not be damaging to your body.
I think one of the benefits of having such an extensive range of products is I buy organic, but I might be able to only just get this one product from one guy and then have to go to the other side of town to pick up something else, where this store is absolutely massive. It's so beautiful. So I also saw you've got like a beauty and wellness center. I want to go and play with some of the makeup.
Absolutely. Well, we've also got beauticians that are going to work in here, so we will do organic spray tanning, we'll do organic facials. Yeah, we've got natural healers coming in, so they heal mind, body and spirit. So we've got
really
all of it.
Is a holistic approach to not just the foods that we're eating and making sure they're organic and they're doing well for our body, but anything that we put on our body or put in our house.
Cleaning products. So all our cleaning products are completely natural. In fact, they say you can eat some of them. They're that natural, but they actually do the job. Amazing, yeah.
Now, when I think of the word organic, I often see dollar signs and think, oh, that's going to be more expensive. But surely there's a trade-off.
There's a trade-off. I mean, we will do the best possible pricing, but the trade-off is that long term, you don't need to spend more money on doctors and things like that. We also have organic wine, so if you do like the odd glass of wine, you've got
Which,
like a
which I do.
have a preservative-free wine, it's much better on your liver.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
preservative-free wines. I didn't realize you could make wines without preservatives.
Absolutely.
Because that's what causes that nasty hangover the next
Nasty
day.
hangover. So with this one, you can have the 2 glasses and maybe 3, and you'll be okay. You won't get the hangover. We even have a cafe as well. So we've got a cafe so that when people shop here, they can actually do their one-stop shop. They can also have like a nice cup of organic coffee. They can have dairy-free. You know, it's a vegetarian cafe.
You really do have everything here.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna grab at least 2 bottles of wine and 1 coffee before I head off. Again, we're here at the Whole Food Merchants in Victoria. Head to the website for more information. Well, if you don't have time to make it to the gym, like we sometimes don't, I've made it today, thank goodness. Here's Erica with a portable fitness routine that you can do pretty much anywhere using your own body weight, which means no excuses.
Hello, today is all about muscles. If we're not using them, we're losing them. What I want to show you is some really quick, easy exercises using your own body weight that are going to make all the difference to your muscles and how they feel, and most importantly, how they look. You want to be toned and terrific. Let's start with the upper body. We're going to do 2 exercises. The first one being dips, which are great for those little chicken arms. The next one we're going to do is push-ups, which are great for the shoulders and your chest. Now we're going to do some abs. It's really important to work both upper and lower abs. So we're going to do 2 exercises. The first one, some V-sits, and the second one we're going to do is some heels to heaven. Let's not forget about our legs. So important to make sure that we have really good strength in our legs, because after all, they carry us around all day, every day. We're going to do 2 exercises. The first one is a lunge. I know, I hate them too, but they really are great. They're super good for your butt, which is important. And the next one is squats. Such a good movement because it ensures that we don't seize up our back muscles. So there you have it, 6 super easy exercises that ensure you're going to be toned and terrific. See you soon.
What's coming up? What else have we got?
All right, so remember, you can head to the getalive.tv website. We've actually got some gym equipment there that we're giving away. All you have to do is follow the links.
And also, we're going to have a look now at an interview that I did earlier this week with a big boy, very big boy, called Josh Lenardowitz. Right now, he's about probably number 3 or 4 in the world of pro bodybuilding. Very interesting man. Joshua Lenardowitz, welcome to Get a Life, my friend.
Thank you.
Now, you are Australia's premier bodybuilder, as voted by lots of people.
Thank you.
You're an IFBB pro. IFBB is a federation of bodybuilding. There's different federations, but that is the premier federation in the world. That's what Arnold competed in back in the day. So the Mr. Olympia, that's an IFBB show. So the Mr. Olympia is kind of the Wimbledon. So Wimbledon to tennis, Mr. Olympia to bodybuilding, is that right?
Absolutely, the Super Bowl to football,
Yeah.
and the grand final here for the AFL.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it's if you want to be one of the best in the world, the Mr. Olympia is a contest that you have to be in.
So when you look at yourself in the mirror, so when us normal human beings look at you, we go, that is just a giant of a human being.
Yeah.
Do you look in the mirror and go, yeah, I'm pretty good, or do you just find faults?
I'm just normal. This is normal to me.
Right.
So this is just my
So
life, and
that's
this is
your.
all I know. And this is
what are you chiming in at? Sitting,
about 130 at the
so
moment. Yeah.
about 130,
Yeah.
and you're just kind of getting back into. So you're not in premier condition for you right
I'm
now.
just starting back into hard training again. And
Right.
I've got some
So
ways
this
to
is
go.
almost you out of shape, isn't
Yeah,
it?
this is me. The worst it's going to get. Yeah. Which is great that we had the filming today. So thanks.
Yeah. Well, if we had had you in 4 weeks, we wouldn't have got you in the studio. So, what don't people get about bodybuilding?
I think because the most confident, or I shouldn't say confident, arrogant of the bodybuilders are the ones out there walking around maybe bullying or looking idiotic, and then I think society gets a negative view of that aspect of bodybuilding. When it's not, it's all more about helping others, giving back, trying to perfect your own physique, which there's no such thing as perfection, but it's just trying to be the best version of you that you can be. If you're getting in it for the right reasons, you're getting it to improve your character, improve your discipline. And it's like anything, willpower is something that needs to be worked at. You can't just go to the supermarket and buy a packet of willpower. It just happens to be something that takes time and commitment. and just working on your craft and trying to become better and better at it. And by doing that, it then empowers you to be better in other aspects of life.
How many calories a day, give or take? do you
Now
reckon?
it's about, say, 4,000 to 5,000 on a high calorie day.
Right.
When it's off season, it was up to 8,000, 10,000, which is so much food.
So you're somewhere in the ballpark of 3 to 4 times,
Yeah.
maybe even 5 times
Yeah.
what some people would typically eat in a day.
When you're trying to fit all those meals in, you have to get up sometimes at 1 or 2 a.m. and get another meal in just to get the food in. So there's a lot of discipline that's required.
I want to ask you a few left of centre questions that people have asked me over the years about bodybuilders. 1, are bodybuilders strong or are they just show muscles?
Some are quite
Some
weak.
are strong, some are
Yeah,
weak.
some are weak. There's many different facets on ways to build muscle, and that's why. So
Right.
my belief is that definitely the strength aspect is going to create a much larger physique.
So my next question is, are you fit? And when we talk
I'm
about
functionally fit for
what is-
my event. So there's fit is, I guess, a generic term
Yeah.
that's specific to sports. So if you get a great sprinter in a pool, they're going to be crap. But that doesn't mean that they're unfit.
Right.
And it's vice versa. It's the same scenario.
So you're
for
fit
me,
for your sport.
I need
What
to
about
do
cardio?
certain-
Could you
See,
sit on a bike for an hour and work at a
Yeah.
solid rate?
Yeah, I can do the stair. I could, revolving stairs. But it's a conditioning thing. And that's the thing for everyone out there. You don't just start off at the expert level. You need to work your way into it.
So if people want to contact you and maybe get you to come and talk to their team or their company, how do people contact you?
Either through social media by King of the Gym, or through Facebook. Email through Josh at bigjosh.com.au.
Josh at bigjosh.com.au.
Little Josh was already taken,
Do
unfortunately.
you think of that yourself? Worst email ever. It's been great, mate.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in.
Great.
Wow, did you see those muscles? I don't think I'll ever be that big, but at least this machine here is giving my chest and triceps a bit of a workout. Whew. All right, next I caught up with Kathy McKenzie, and we had a really good chat about how midlife joblessness is affecting so many people, and she really talked us through how you can adjust and navigate some of those career transitions later in life. Internships, grad positions, training. These are all things we normally associate with entering the workplace for the first time. However, a growing number of middle-aged workers are finding it a struggle to reinvent themselves in the workplace. I'm joined by Kathy again. Hi, Kathy.
Hi,
Come
Tony.
fire up. And we have Tony, who you're an expert in conflict management. Both of you have a huge amount of experience in workplace cultures. We hear this term ageism. What do you mean by that?
With ageism, we're talking about the generalisations that people make about capabilities at particular ages. And, it can happen whether someone assumes someone being younger is a certain way, and often titles like Gen Y, Gen X, they're not terribly useful. And particularly what we notice now is ageism around people who are middle-aged and have a lot of wisdom and a lot to contribute to the workplace, but are perhaps being judged as being a bit past their prime or a bit past where their best was.
Right. So Tony, what are some of the conflicts you see because of age in the workplace?
Well, I think that there's a big thing around this notion within Western society of youth, and youth being such a driving pedestal factor that we seek to strive for, and that people associate youth with dynamism, active, and want to engage with that, and therefore they don't want to engage with the older. And that's something that spills over into our workplace thoughts and processes and relationships. Then there's also things like it's perceived that older people are scared of change and stuck in their ways. And we've got this notion of you can't teach an old dog new tricks. But of course, we all know that if you are able to teach an old dog new tricks, you end up with a creature that's got lots of wisdom and is actually very adaptive. So it's a really, really strong positive thing. And of course, today, organisations, they're looking for the easiest solution. And they often feel that it's easy to put a young person into a role and train them that way, and they somehow have this stereotype that more mature workers have baggage that needs to be handled, when we know that that's not true any more than it is with younger workers. We find a lot of, investigations and mediations and facilitated discussions have to be brought up where often, say, a manager of a baby boomer might be trying to understand what they perceive as the lack of engagement and the constant texting and Facebooking of a younger worker, and vice how the younger worker is thinking that this person just wants to follow process. And so we support people to have those conversations. That's a big area of conflict in the workplace.
Well, there's no denying that there is an age gap and that there's generational gaps, but how can we help people to be able to resolve those conflicts and, you know, create a great workplace across the generations?
One of the things that is really important is having a flexible mindset, and as Tony was saying, if we want to stay relevant, we all have to keep learning, and one of the really important things for older workers is to make sure that they are keeping up to date with technology. And it's really significant that, you know, if you don't keep learning, and you can teach an old dog new tricks, and that's the really important thing, is to demonstrate your worth in the workplace by continually showing that you're keeping up to date with things and that you're learning yourself.
So Kathy, what are the major things we need to consider?
The really important things are for people to seek feedback, keep learning, and show that you're willing to do things differently. That's the really important thing.
Some fantastic advice there. I love that age doesn't have to limit us. Thank you, Tony, for being with us. Thank you, Kathy. You, of course, will be back with us next week.
Absolutely.
What are we going to talk about next week?
Next week, we're going to wrap it all up and really make sure that you know how to get a life.
Thanks, Kathy. That was great. Well, for a lot of Australians, Kindy-Roo, Toddler-Roo or Jimbaroo has been a crucial part of their development, getting them ready for success in life. This week, we found out how.
There is not a single parent out there who doesn't want the best start in life for their child, including me. Today we're at Colourful Jimbaroo with Rob. Rob, can you tell us what exactly is Jimbaroo?
Jimbaroo is a fun learning environment for parents and children. They come along once a week and they have a great time doing lots of movement activities that are specifically designed to lay the foundations for future learning and success.
So how does it actually work? When you say wide for learning earlier, what do you mean by that, and how does the actual process of a Jimbaroo session work?
What we do is we take the children through the normal, natural movements that they would normally have done historically through life.
Okay.
And we teach the parents the relationship between those movements and how the brain grows. So it's a bit like when children are babies, the more they use your muscles, the more it grows.
Right.
The more you use the brain, the more it grows.
That's very true.
There is a relationship between movement and how the brain is wired for learning. The more the children do a specific set of movements, the more they learn.
So when do you expect the children to start?
The best time to start, Marissa, is when they're babies. 6 weeks, 3 months.
Wow.
Because there are a lot of very important movement activities that modern life has forgotten about. The baby needs to go through to lay down the wiring needed in their brain to maximise their future success.
So you recommend parents actually take what you're teaching them in class and do it at home too, don't you?
The Jimbaroo program actually is geared to helping the parents understand how the wiring works, all the activities you need to do to support that wiring, so that they are motivated to go home and repeat these fun exercises, and they're fun for the children. Repetition is key to learning, and the outcomes are just phenomenal.
What results have you seen?
We've had a trial program running, first in 2007, where we ran a program with the Victorian Education Department with outstanding results. We then have reintroduced the program, applied it again, and at this particular school, the children were 1 year developmentally behind their age. So there were 7, their developmental age was 6. We ran our program for 10 months. We replaced reading time with Jimbaroo movement time. The outcome at the end of 10 months, those children were 1 year ahead of their age developmentally. The key though was when those children did their NAPLAN results. The NAPLAN outcomes, which we've just published, showed that 90% of those children scored 5s, 6s and above. My mother founded Jimbaroo, farmer's wife and nurse, had to go to work, ended up teaching at Wonthaggi Tech, ended up taking remedial English. Looked at the kids, said, these kids are better than this. Went and did some research and discovered that there was a relationship between movement and learning. Came back to the school, got the kids on the floor doing flip-flops, creeping and crawling. Got them at home doing flip-flops, creeping and crawling. These are Year 7 kids. Outcome. 2 of those kids got to university. 1 became a paediatrician. she went on and she said, I can really help people. She started Answer, which is a new start for underachievers, consulting, helping remedial kids. And then she said, I'm tired of helping kids who've got problems when they're at school, when I know that if we fix them in the first 5 years, they'll have no problems. What's more, everybody benefits from this program.
So I'm sure so many parents out there are intrigued to find out more information about Gymbaroo and get their child involved. You can head to our website at getalife.tv for more information. Just follow the Gymbaroo links.
What a great concept, and they really do have the runs on the board to back up their story. I wonder how Craig's doing out there in the gym. I've snuck away to the women's changing rooms here at Workout Zone, and they are immaculate. They're so beautiful in here. I don't want to go back to the gym. Anyways, good honest skincare. It's hard to come by, but we have found one that's specifically been developed to counterbalance the harsh Australian environment. Have a look. Hello, we're back with Con, and today we're in the pharmacy because we're going to talk about John Plunkett Cosmeceuticals. Now, Con, 2 questions. 1, who's John Plunkett? 2, what is a cosmeceutical? I can't even say it, cosmeceutical.
Well, Tylia, John Plunkett was a pharmacist, and he had his own pharmacy business and looked at the Australian conditions, harsh as they are, and developed a skincare range that actually was designed to meet those harsh conditions in the Australian sun and all of the other environmental factors that cause premature aging. So he developed what are called cosmeceuticals, because cosmeceuticals are, yes, cosmetic in their application, and the results you see are cosmetic results, but they're delivered through pharmaceutical methods, which means active ingredients at concentrations that deliver clinical results. And that's the difference between a cosmeceutical, say, and just a general cosmetic.
So if I'm hearing you right, you're saying that they're stronger than, say, our normal over-the-counter products.
Correct, and that is important if we're thinking about premature aging, which our sun causes it. People don't necessarily have a good lifestyle, they don't eat well, they don't drink enough water, or all of the other environmental factors. We're subjected to a lot of factors that cause premature aging, and we need to have some good quality skincare with honest and believable results that can help us either to prevent those wrinkles developing, or if they have developed, to turn back the clock.
How do we know if something works?
Well, the key thing to do is to look for active ingredients that are linked to clinical trials, and that's the key thing. So, for example, we have a product which contains an ingredient called Matrixyl.
Yep, okay, I'm gonna hold you right there. What is Matrixyl?
Matrixyl is a peptide, and basically what peptides do is they actually trigger elastin and collagen synthesis in the skin. So they actually use the skin's own repair mechanisms and rebuild the depleting levels of elastin and collagen, which basically are the connective structures in our skin that keep it nicely shaped and stop it from sagging, and all the reduction in volume that develops wrinkles. That collagen elastin is really important to maintain our skin looking nice, plump and healthy and smooth and young.
So do I need to wait until I have lots of wrinkles to use something like that?
If you take a piece of paper, what happens if you screw it up and you try and flatten it out? You could flatten it out, but the wrinkles are still there. So it is with the skin. It's always better to maintain those levels of collagen elastin so that we can prevent those signs of aging before we get them.
So what can we actually use? Is there something available for us?
We've got a product called Collagen Lift Moisturiser, which contains Matrixyl at the concentrations linked to the clinical trials. Now that's a 2% concentration, and you might think that's a small concentration, but the clinical trials show that Matrixyl at that concentration over just 2 months delivers a 45% reduction in wrinkle depth and wrinkle volume, which is a massive result.
Does it instantly, plump in my skin, or do I have to wait months?
So Matrixyl takes time. So that trial was over 2 months. And we have the Matrixyl logo on the packaging to actually give people the evidence that this is a therapeutic product that actually delivers those results. The product also contains hyaluronic acid, which is delivered through little microspheres that enter into the skin, and they plump the skin because hyaluronic acid binds 1,800 times its weight in water.
Wow.
You think about bringing that into the skin, plumping the skin, and all of a sudden those wrinkles smooth out and disappear.
So you're saying that I will not only get instant results, but long-term results as well?
Correct.
And we get all of that in the Collagen Lift.
In the one product.
That sounds incredible, and I know you got a special deal just for the Get Alive viewers. Go to getalife.tv, follow the John Plunkett link, and you can see all the great products. So Con, what's up next week?
Next week, Tylea, we're going to be looking at cosmeceuticals and how to treat dry skin.
Thanks, Con. Yes, it's very important to look after our skin, but it's also important to look after our bodies, which is what we've been doing today at Workout Zone. For more information on anything you've seen on tonight's episode, head to getalife.tv. We're also giving away some great prizes, including some things that you might be finding around the gym. Need a new yoga mat?
Yeah, I do, because I really need to get bendy.
Well, getalife.tv, we're giving away some yoga mats. Need a gym stick?
Of course.
Always need a gym stick. Getalife.tv. Get yourself a gym stick.
Oh, look at her, she's on fire. We've been on fire down here today at the Workout Zone in Caulfield, North Caulfield to be specific. If you want to join a gym, you could do worse than this, so come down, have a look. We've had great fun. I've lifted some things. I've pumped my guns. I've got my veins out, which I'm very excited about. So that's it. That's a wrap for us. But before we go, Matt, the super trainer to the stars, has got a little advice for us. If you're about to get off the couch and get into the gym, or maybe you'd been wondering, will I, won't I? Matty, any thoughts?
Don't procrastinate. Just get in, do your workout and get out. Can't hurt.
As Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change. Be the change you want to see in the world and also in the gym. That's it from me and us. And don't forget,
Get a life.